Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Colorado Virtual College Fair. Thank you for attending today. Looks like we don't have any attendees yet. Let me hold on a second till we get a couple of attendees. Okay. Thank you for attending the Colorado Virtual College Fair today. I'll be facilitating this session. Before we start with the presentation, just a few housekeeping items. As this is a webinar, you'll be interacting with the presenters via the Q&A feature on your screen, and you can type in your questions directly to the presenters. Your camera and your microphone are off for the webinar, so you will be muted and your panelists will not be able to see or hear you. We'd also like to remind you to sign up for more sessions. This is just one of many sessions being offered. And that also this is being recorded. And so at the end of this session, about a week after the session, you'll be able to access a recording of the presentation on the same page that you registered. So we'll go ahead and start. The first panelist up is from the University of Evansville.
Hello and good evening. My name is Jill Fisher and I am an admission counselor at the University of Evansville. Joining me tonight to help answer questions in the chat is going to be my colleague Heather Cook. So the University of Evansville, we are located in Evansville, Indiana, which is in the southwestern corner of Indiana. Evansville is the third largest city in the state, with several major cities only 2 to 3 hours away. At the University of Evansville, our total enrollment includes over 2,400 students, with 2,000 of those being in our undergraduate population. You can see by our low student to faculty ratio and average class size that we offer small classes to help students better engage with our faculty. Professors want to get to know you more as a person, not just a number on their roster. And our incredible faculty teach because that's their passion. They want to act as a mentor to you, and they really want to help you successfully reach all of your goals. At UE, we have over 80 majors and areas of study. Some unique programs include creative writing, archaeology, and ethics and social change. We also have several direct entry opportunities, including in nursing, athletic training, physical therapy, and physician assistant. You can find a full list of our majors on our website. All students at UE are encouraged to study abroad and also have at least one internship while they're at UE. And then as for athletics, we are probably one of the smallest Division I schools in the country, but we do have 17 different athletic teams. We are known as the Purple Aces, and you can see a picture of our mascot, Ace Purple, in the bottom right corner. So how would you like to spend a semester living in a castle? Well, at UE, you can study abroad at Harlexton College, our study abroad campus in England, and you'll actually feel like you're attending the real Hogwarts. That's at least how our students refer to it. So Harlexton is located about an hour north of London. We own and operate Harlexton, so your tuition, your room and board is all the same cost. Your scholarships, financial aid, all of that goes over there with you. So really your additional costs are only going to be those related to travel. You have 3-day weekends each week, so you can travel throughout Europe. There are even a couple extended weekends included, so you can even travel a little farther away. The best thing is all majors can go, and for most majors, it works best to attend during sophomore year. The exception, nursing students, they attend during fall of senior year so that they can gain some clinical experience in a public healthcare setting while they're over there. So another question, do you see challenges as an opportunity to make a difference? If you answer yes to that, then you are what's considered a change maker. UE is one of approximately 50 official changemaker campuses around the world. This means our students and faculty are setting the bar for social innovation and really making a positive change in the world. You can actually start doing this and making a difference from day one at UE. Our students are making positive changes by promoting alternative energy sources, They reduce infant mortality rate and even providing microloans and services to women entrepreneurs, just to name a few examples. We also have a high school changemaker challenge where you can pitch your own idea, and then that idea could even snag you up to a full tuition scholarship at UE. So let's talk about applying to UE. We offer a free application and it is available on our website, but also through the Common Application. There are two pathways for applying to UE, traditional and test optional. Traditional applicant will submit their application, their transcript, and their test scores. And the essay is optional for most majors, but it's definitely highly recommended. A test optional applicant will submit their application transcript, and then in place of test scores, you're going to submit the required essay. You also want to make sure that you apply by November 1st to be considered for the scholarships, strongest consideration for scholarships. So current direct costs for the University of Evansville are just under $52,000 for tuition fees and room and board. Keep in mind, this is sticker price. No one pays that, and 100% of our admitted students receive a very generous scholarship to attend UE. Our scholarships are automatic, so you don't have to apply for them. And our base scholarships range from $8,000 up to $23,000, but then we have many add-on awards available as well. So one such add-on award is our FAFSA Incentive Award. So just for sending your FAFSA to UE, you will receive an additional $1,000. I always encourage students to apply for outside scholarships in their local community because we will stack any scholarships you bring in on your own on top of what we have given you. And then finally, at the bottom, you'll see the average financial aid and scholarship package at UE is just under $30,000. So you want to be sure to apply, send us your FAFSA information so you can see what kind of financial aid package you will qualify for at UE. So let's talk about visiting. There are several visit opportunities, both in person and virtual. For the sake of time, I won't go through all of them, but you can see them listed here. And I always recommend an individual visit as it's personalized to you and your interest. We also have a fly-in reimbursement program where you can receive up to $300 towards the cost of your flight to visit UE. And we have an airport in Evansville just 15 minutes north of campus. So you can check out more information on that link posted on this website. Be sure to follow us on social media for more photos of campus and videos of current students. You can also now find us on TikTok at UE Admission. And then finally, here is my contact information. Please don't hesitate to reach out by phone, text, or email. And thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Great, thank you very much for that. We're going to move on to our next presenter, which is Valparaiso University.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Lizette Green, and I'm an assistant director in the Office of Undergraduate Admission at Valparaiso University. Valparaiso University is located in Valparaiso, Indiana, which is about an hour outside of Chicago, 20 minutes south of the Indiana Dunes. The city of Valparaiso has about 33,000 residents, so definitely a smaller city, but access to one of the largest cities in the nation. Part of the thing that students really enjoy about Valparaiso is the community aspect and how a lot of our residents are really supportive of our students. We have a lot of community events throughout the year, like the Popcorn Festival that happens right before the school year starts. We're also about 10 minutes walking distance from our Central Park Plaza, where we have a variety of restaurants, boutiques, and we also have a lot of events that happen throughout the year. One of our students' favorites is the farmers market and also the ice skating rink that happens or that they put up around wintertime. And seeing that we are so close to the Indiana Dunes and Chicago, we have a lot of different ways for our students to find opportunities off campus or when they're not in student organizations. We do have local transportation that takes our students from our downtown Valparaiso area all the way to the famous Bean, where you can take your wonderful picture opportunity. Historically, Valparaiso is an independent Lutheran institution founded in 1859. But even though we're an independent Lutheran institution, we have students from many different religious backgrounds, beliefs, walks of life. So overall, a very welcoming environment. We actually have a larger population of Catholic students, but again, our students can be as involved or as little as involved as they would like. It can definitely be a part of their journey, but overall, a very welcoming environment. We have about 3,200 100 undergraduate students, putting us at a smaller private school size. With that, we have an average class size of 20 students and a student to faculty ratio of 11:1. All of our students are always taught by professors, never by graduate students, allowing our students to be able to establish those professional relationships with our professors right away, so that once they start getting into their upper level classes, they can reach out to their professors for undergraduate research opportunities, internships, really being able to establish those relationships early on and to have that individualized attention. We're very proud to have a campus that is full of tradition, many traditions that date back to when we were first founded, but a lot that are very exciting for our students. One of our favorites is opening convocation that happens right when the school year starts. It's a wonderful event where all of our incoming freshmen gather in the student union, and then they walk over to the chapel. And as they're walking to the chapel, they are greeted and they're being celebrated by all of our current students, faculty, staff on campus. So it's their initiation of being now a part of the Valpo family. Valpo has 5 different academic colleges representing about a little bit over 70 different academic majors. Our academic colleges consist of the College of Business, College of Arts and Sciences, College of Engineering, our College of Nursing and Health Professions, and the Honors College, which is the 3rd oldest honors college in the nation. Within all of our academic programs, they are direct admission, so our students are able to apply and are directly admitted into that program. But if they are undecided or exploratory, they definitely have time to narrow down what they would like to study. All of our students are paired with an academic advisor where they're able to take different classes and hopefully figure out what they're more passionate about, where their strengths are. So not necessarily having to decide right away if that's something that they're not ready to do out the back. We were able to customize that so that they can really decide what they're passionate about, and our academic advisors really help students through that. We have consistently been ranked as the best undergraduate teaching institution, which I believe speaks volume as to our faculty members and also our support services that we offer for our students. We're preparing them on campus, but we're also preparing them for that next level, that next stage, whether that's going straight into their career or getting ready to apply to graduate schools. We have a variety of resources on our campus that can have additional support for our students, including our writing center, also our math resource center for those really difficult classes. So if a student needs additional support or a tutor, they're able to access that through multiple of or many of our resource centers that we have on our campus. A big piece to our student life is going to be our student involvement. We have many ways for students to be involved with over 100 organizations. Our students are able to find something that they really want to be a part of and get to be in an organization with students who have the same passion, whether that be student involvement, service and faith, or fine art opportunities. They don't necessarily have to be a fine arts major, but they can be involved in musical ensembles or art performances. Service and faith is a big part of our community as well. We offer 2 weeks of spring break every year where our students are able to take part of those different service opportunities. Or one of my favorites, Valpo Day of Caring, and that is when we have a lot of our residents in Valpo, along with our students, do a whole day of community service. So you'll really be able to see that you're not only a student on our campus, but you're part of the Valparaiso City community as well. But many of our students are involved in not just one organization, but many, and really being able to find that what they're really passionate about, maybe not right away, but hopefully after they've been a student on our campus for a semester. We have a lot of different ways for you to follow us on social media, so please feel free to follow any of our pages, and we are offering in-person visits. So if you are able to make a visit this year, we would love to see you on campus. And if you would like to reach out to us or you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Go Valpo.
Great, thank you very much for that. And so next up is going to be University of Iowa.
Good evening, everyone. Now we're good. My name is Chris Trado. I'm one of the Associate Directors of Admissions here at the University of Iowa. Appreciate you taking some of your time this evening to join us. I've had the good fortune of traveling to Colorado for the past 10 years to bring back Coloradans to the state of Iowa, specifically Iowa City. What you see on the screen right now is our beautiful campus. We're fortunate to have a river running through the middle of it, the picturesque Iowa River. It offers us two sides of campus. What you can see on the bottom portion is what we call our east side. And in the middle there, in the heart of our campus, you can see a gold dome. And that's the old capital of Iowa until it migrated down to Iowa City, to Des Moines, Iowa, where it sits today. It's the Pentacrest. And the Pentacrest is the 5 core buildings of the heart of our campus. And you can't really quite see this, but there's a hill on our campus, and that's called the crest, so the Pentacrest. The vast majority of your academic experience will be based right there. If you were standing on our campus tomorrow and you stood outside that gold dome and you do a 360 in your mind, you're about 5 minutes north, south, east, and west of about 90% of your time on our campus. If you cross over the river to the top of the screen, you would venture into another area of our residence halls, as well as the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, which is one of the largest teaching hospitals in America on a college campus. That also hosts all of our athletic events or our athletic teams, and I'll showcase a picture here a little bit later. Kinnick Stadium for our football team, Carver Hawkeye Arena for basketball, volleyball, wrestling, etc. So that's our college campus. On the very bottom of the screen, before I forget, we are so fortunate when people come visit us from outside of our state, they realize really quickly that we're a perfect town and gown community, meaning right across the street is 100+ restaurants, coffee shops, bookstores, everything you want in your college experience is right across the street. So we're really blessed by that. And we are a classic college town. Everything you think about when you think about the college town, that's us, and we're consistently ranked as one of the top college towns in America. So that's our campus. Now, who makes up our walls? We have just over 31,000 total students, and about 24,000 of those students are our undergraduates. As you can see our profile, about 58% of them are from our state and 42% are non-residents. We had a little bit of an uptick this year in residents. We aim to be really closer to that 50-50 breakdown. You can also see that about almost 20% of our students self-identify as underrepresented population on our campus as well. On the right-hand side there, you can see the first-year students. We had a class of about 5,000 incoming freshmen. We are part of the Big Ten, and so it makes us actually one of the larger public universities in the Big Ten. So you can have all the rah-rah-rah school spirit, things you expect when you come to a place like us. But you can actually still have knowledge and insight to like your peers when you're walking across campus, and you'll definitely be able to make those connections. Average GPA was a 3.76 this last year. Mid 50% always hovers around a 22, 23 to a 29 ACT, and you can see the median of the mid 50 for the SAT as well. At the University of Iowa, we have over 200 areas of studies. You can see on the right-hand side, there are multiple colleges on our campus, similar to my colleague that spoke just before. College of Liberal Arts and Science is undoubtedly the largest on our campus and hosts the majority of our majors, but you can see some of the other showcase colleges on the screen currently as well. Many of these have direct admission opportunities, which means honestly you can apply to them. You not only apply to the University of Iowa, but you apply to those colleges directly out of high school for the chance to get in and be done in 4 years as well. We are also fortunate to be the home of a dental school, law school, and the College of Medicine at the university as well. Equally important here is we are a Tier 1 research institution. So if that's a big deal to you, know that you'll have ample opportunities for research here in Iowa City. So how do you apply if you decide that this is where you potentially want to go? Our application for the seniors listening, our application is currently, like many colleges, is currently open. So what you would do is there's 3 ways. You can apply through the common application, through our institutional application, and or the coalition. Before I forget, I'm going to speak to anybody who's a junior and underclassman visiting with us tonight as well. For us, and many colleges, honestly, you can't apply until after your junior year is completed. We need to see 6 semesters, or you're basically through your junior year of academic coursework before we can make a decision on you. So our application will open up the summer before your senior year. We will start admitting students in September 1 of their senior year, and we are rolling, which means that we basically evaluate applications daily and keep chipping away and working towards admitting our students. On the right-hand side here, you can see our RAI formula. So people say, how do I get admitted? What do you look at? We are actually governed by the state of Iowa. So the Region Admission Index is an index that is applied to our 3 public universities. So if a student has a ACT or SAT score, we will evaluate you with the formula created there in the upper right. We look at your test score, your cumulative GPA. If you have a weighted GPA and it's greater than your unweighted, we would ask that you place that in there. And then we look at your number of core classes, so your academic classes you took, and we put that into basically a blender, and we kick back a number. And if that number comes back above a 255 as a non-resident or as a Coloradan, congratulations, you've been admitted to the university. Very transparent. So you can actually go on and do an RAI calculator if you chose to be able to evaluate and see where you're sitting. If you do not have a test score, that is okay as well. We are test optional this year, and we'll reevaluate that situation next year as well. So think about applying. Fairly simple. We are also self-reporting, which means we won't require your transcript until later on. The only reason we would require earlier is if you apply with no test score, and then we would require your transcript in a personal statement / essay. A couple more statistics before I let you go for the evening. We are ranked a top 50 public school in America. You can see we're 34th. That's out of just over 600 public universities in the United States. 15 to 1 student to faculty ratio. I usually hang my hat on a different statistic, and that's about 80% of our classes have less than 30 students. That's something you can picture and see sitting right in front of you. And you know, it's very doable. It's very similar to what your high school career is like as well. All right, and then this is the other piece that complements your academic experience. I spoke earlier about how we're part of the Big Ten, and that is a huge piece of our campus culture. You can see in front of you, this is historic Kinnick Stadium, becomes the 5th largest city in Iowa on Saturday mornings, afternoons, and or evenings. It's such a joy to be inside there. Obviously, we can't be there this fall right now, but look forward to seeing that, getting back inside that facility as fast as we can. On the left-hand side is the Children's Hospital, and that is connected to our university hospital system that overlooks our stadium. Multiple clubs and organizations, the opportunities are endless at our campus. And then finally, this is how you get a hold of us. We're always accessible. My email was showcased at the beginning, but you can access us through any of these avenues as well. We are not accepting campus visitors currently, but hope to yet this fall. But we have a ton of opportunities to be able to visit us through Zoom, with our faculty, with our staff, and virtual tours as well on our campus as well. So thank you so much for joining us. I realize you have a choice in this process, so we just appreciate you considering the University of Iowa. On Iowa, go Hawks.
Thank you very much. Before we move on to our next presenter, just a reminder that you can ask questions of the panelists using the Q&A feature. So be sure to pose any questions you may have. Up next is Wartburg College.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I am excited to be able to talk with you a little bit tonight about all that Wartburg College has to offer as you move forward in your college search. Wartburg is located in Northeast Iowa. We're in the little town of Waverly, which is about 10,000 people, and our campus community is about 1,500 students. So small rural area, but kind of the perfect fit for our small private liberal arts college. Right now, our average class size is about 19 19 students with a student to faculty ratio of 11:1. And one thing that we think is really important at Wartburg is that no matter the size of your class, you're going to have one-on-one attention from your professor. They're going to know whether the class is within your major or if it's an elective. They're going to be there to support you throughout that semester, just as they support you throughout your 4-year experience at Wartburg. So all of our students will have an academic advisor from day one of their freshman year to help them complete their 4-year plan and to help support them through that entire learning experience. Our academic advisors are also the professors within the department. So you don't have a separate set of advisors. You get to see them teaching within the classroom and within their office setting too. We have over 50 different majors on our campus. Right now, the most popular are business, biology, especially for students interested in going pre-med or pre-nursing. We have an 82% acceptance rate for medical school for students choosing to go that route. And for nursing, we have a 3+1 accelerated nursing program where students would graduate with a dual degree, a bachelor's of science from Wartburg College and a bachelor of nursing from Allen College. So that's a really great program for students that might be interested in going down that path. Our other top majors are elementary education. For those students, they do student teaching their senior year. They also have field experience every year, starting first semester of their freshman year to get in the field and figure out where their interest truly lies within education. And then also psychology and music therapy. We do also have our only master's program on campus within music therapy as well. Because we're a liberal arts college, we do have expectations for general education requirements, and we really just work on building that entire well-roundedness of a student. So you will follow our essential education plan. You'll have some course requirements within, English and math, science, all that sort of thing, and then filling in with your major or your minor. Maybe you're double majoring, maybe you have multiple minors. There's a lot of different possibilities at Wartburg, and we're still going to get you out in 4 years. We do operate on a 4-4-1 academic calendar, and that means our students are going to take 4 classes fall term, 4 classes winter term, and then the last 3.5 weeks of the year, from the end of April through the middle of May, our students are on campus taking 1 class during our May term. If students don't want to take on a class on campus, they are more than welcome to travel abroad. So we do have quite a few students that will study abroad internationally during May term. They go on a trip that's led by a faculty member. It counts for course credit, and there's usually a lot of students, a larger group of students that go on that. Now, you also have the opportunity to study abroad for a full semester, but our students tend to be over-involved and have a harder time leaving for a full semester of study abroad. So many of them do opt for that May term option. We also have 2 domestic programs that students might be interested for learning away from our campus. So the most popular one is going to be our Wartburg West program that's out here in Denver, Colorado. So students can come out for a semester or a summer, do a part-time internship, and then take a couple courses to keep up to date with their academics. And then we also have a similar program in Des Moines, Iowa. So instead of traveling 12 hours to Denver, they can travel 2.5 hours to Des Moines. So those are both really great options for, again, students to do some coursework and have an internship experience to further their career goals. I don't have a slide on it, but a little bit about student involvement. Of our 1,500 students, we have over 600 of them involved in athletics on campus. So we do have 23 different athletic teams. We're Division III athletics, and we really excel in a large majority of our sports on campus. That's a great way for students to be involved. We also have over 450 students that participate in music. So you have over 18 music ensembles, including band, choir, orchestra, jazz band, all that sort of thing. And we do offer music scholarships. So if you're musically inclined and you'd like to audition, students can be awarded up to $5,000 per year in a music scholarship, which is really helpful when it comes to bringing down the cost of tuition. And then we also have over 80 student organizations on campus. So there's a variety of other ways to be involved, whether they're academic or political, diversity, or service-based organizations. There's a lot of variety there for students to be active and involved and engaged on campus. Some highlights just about Wartburg. I know you get a lot of statistics from a lot of different schools, so I'll just go over this briefly, but we survey all of our graduates 3 to 6 months after they graduate. Right now we're sitting at about a 97% success rate. So that shows that students are graduating from Wartburg with their 4-year degree, and they're able to move on to that next step that they had planned for themselves right away. So that might be going straight into their career field. That might be going into graduate school. That might be a year of service in the Peace Corps or AmeriCorps, YEGM, something like that. But I just think it speaks to our ability to prepare our students for their next goals. 92% of students who graduate from Wartburg do graduate in 4 years, so we make that a priority, knowing that college gets really expensive after your scholarships and financial aid run out. So, and then again, a little bit on diversity. I know that's usually a question students have. Right now, Wartburg's sitting at about 21% overall campus diversity. We do have students represented from 38 different states, as well as 59 countries across the world. So it's really cool to see that diversity come to our campus community to be able to learn from one another in and outside of the classroom. We have some new things on campus. We've got a couple projects going on in our wellness center. We have a brand new exercise science major, which is really exciting, especially for students who are interested in physical therapy, occupational therapy, sports medicine, that sort of thing. Like I said, we have that music therapy master's program. We have a new postgraduate leadership certificate and our newest sport on campus that debuted this fall, which is clay target sports. So we're always trying to continue to meet and exceed the needs of our students with things that they might want on campus. And then the last thing I'll share is our application process. If you're a senior, our application is always free. We're rolling admission. You can apply via our website or via the Common Application. And students who are accepted receive an automatic merit scholarship. This year, seniors are getting $25,000 to $30,000 automatically right off the bat. And you can qualify for additional scholarships on top of that. So please feel free. My contact information is here. We do have a scan QR code that you can use to access more information. But I invite you to continue researching about Wartburg and all your college options, do some campus visits, virtual visits, all that sort of thing. Stay engaged in the college search, and please don't hesitate to reach out if we can help in any way. Thank you.
Great, thank you for that. We're going to move on to our last presenter of the evening, William Jewell College.
Hi everyone, I am Haley Sloan. I am one of the regional representatives in the Office of Admissions at William Jewell College. I'm really excited to talk with you guys about our Jewell community. So a little bit about who we are. We are located in Missouri, right outside of Kansas City, Missouri, in a city called Liberty. So Liberty is about 15 miles from downtown Kansas City, which is great because we have all the day-to-day necessities. We've got your Chick-fil-A, your Target, all that kind of stuff. But then we're super close to downtown Kansas City if you want to partake in all the fun things that has to offer. And then as well, when it comes time for internships and post-grad, looking for jobs or hospitals or grad school, we have connections in that area as well. So Jewell is a private liberal arts college. Liberal arts really just means that we empower our students to think for themselves and develop their own thoughts. We have an average class size of 16 people, so we're able to do that because of our small campus. We keep it around 1,000 people on purpose. We like to have a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio, meaning you have the opportunity to build those close mentor relationships with your professors, with your faculty. That is super, super important when it comes time for looking for internships, looking for post-grad, having faculty members that understand your goals and your educational future desires later on. They're able to connect you to jobs, to internships, to their networks outside of the Jewell community as well. And so that is really, really helpful when it comes to writing rec letters and things like that. We really pride ourselves on being leaders in critical thought and inquiry. So all that means is we want you to be a well-rounded student. We want you to have skill sets beyond what your major is maybe, that is available and accessible in all different majors and all different fields when you graduate. So we're rooted in history and traditions. We've been around since before the Civil War, actually. One of our major buildings on campus was utilized as a hospital during that time. So there's been a lot of history and stories that have come throughout our walls. A little bit about our core curriculum. So I mentioned being really, really prideful about our core curriculum, which is set in critical thinking. So all this means is beyond your major, you have the opportunity to take classes outside of that will really help develop these critical thinking skills. They'll help you answer these questions that you can see on the screen. What is real? How can we know? How should we live? which are really deep, top level type of questions, but understanding how you fit in your global society that you're going to graduate into are going to help you be prepared to be a critical thinker outside of the four walls of your education. So these are really preparing you to be an adaptable, flexible problem solver, which is really a skill set that a lot of hiring managers and companies and organizations are looking for in college graduates. We have two different honors programs, the first being Oxbridge. So Oxbridge combines the American traditional way of learning with the English traditional way of learning. So this is an Ivy League status honors program. And one of the coolest parts about this program is it actually allows you your junior year to travel abroad and study at the University of Oxford. And so this gives you kind of the reverse way of learning, where you'll learn a lot of the material more on your own, but then you'll be able to come one-on-one with your professor and dive even deeper. And then our Honors Institute complements a variety of majors. If you're someone who academically likes to go deeper than maybe what you typically learn in a classroom, this could be a great option for you. It allows you to go a lot deeper, do your own kind of research as well. So we have a variety of ways to get involved outside of your academics, whether that's student organizations, Greek life, or athletics. Student organizations, we have a variety of organizations that you can choose from. I always tell students, if there's something you're passionate about and we don't offer it, it's very easy to make a club or an organization, but most likely you'll find something that you're passionate about to join. One thing about Jewell is we really want students to be involved in a variety of things, and everyone is really dedicated for you to be successful outside of your academic life or maybe your athletic life as well. We want you to have the entire memories and the whole college experience that you want to have. And so with that, Greek life is also an opportunity that we offer. One thing that's unique about Jewell's Greek life versus other Greek life is we actually do deferred Russian recruitment. So what that means is typically you'd show up a week or so before school actually starts in the summer, you'd rush a recruit, which can be a little intimidating. And so what we do is we give you the whole first semester to just get used to college and get acquainted to being a college student, figure out who you want to be, who you want to become. And then when you come back in January after your winter break, you have the opportunity to go through rush or recruitment. The nice thing about Jewell is if you are on an athletic team or in an intensive major, you can still have the opportunity to be involved in Greek life, because again, everyone on campus is really, really wanting you to succeed. And so with that too, Greek life does offer a variety of leadership opportunities and service opportunities that can be found outside of, again, your academics or your athletics. We are a Division II school, athletics. We have over 24 teams. We just started powerlifting, CrossFit, and wrestling this year as well. And we do have a pretty good turnout when it comes to sporting events as well among our students. So we have just drastically lowered our tuition, basically in half. So we right now sit a little bit above 18,000. And again, our website has been totally updated. So please check that out to learn more information on that. Over 99% of our students do receive some kind of financial aid. So one thing that I advise with students, regardless if you are committed to coming to Jewell or not, if you're interested at all, I highly recommend filling out your application and submitting that. It is free online. And with that, that allows our financial aid office to create an individual financial aid package for you. So that's one of the nice things about being such a small campus is we have the opportunity to work with you and your family individually and really work with your financial needs to provide a substantial financial aid package. Some of the ways that we can do that are through the Journey Grant. The Journey Grant is available to all Jewell students. You can use that to study abroad. You can use it to supplement an internship that you may have. I know students who have started their own companies with this. So it's really, if you can dream it, you can achieve it with this grant. And then a variety of other grants are the Shape the Future grant and the Jewell Access grant as well. One thing that we do offer is stackable scholarships. So if you come in as a volleyball player and with an academic scholarship, and maybe you want to partake in choir, you can actually stack all of those on top of each other to create that financial aid package. It's not written on the slide, but with our application process, we're no longer needing the ACT to be admissible. So if COVID has totally wrecked your plans with the ACT, or you just haven't gotten a score that you love, you actually don't have to have it to be admissible to Jewell. However, if you have a 24 or above, you can actually use that to elevate your academic scholarships. So a 3.0 GPA is what is usually needed to be admissible to Jewell. And then academic scholarships start at a 3.3 or above. And then these are just some attributes of what we what we envision a critical thinker to be. And so if you fall into any of these categories, these are things that we want to help you flourish in on our Jewell community. So some people think critical thinking, you have to be super academically advanced, or you have to be really, really creative or analytical, but really it encompasses all of these different traits. And really everyone has one of these traits, if not all of them or many of them. And so we want to help bring those to life and empower you to flourish in all of these areas. And then this is just my page. So you can scan that QR code down at the bottom. Feel free again to use that number and call or text anytime. You can find our visit page on our website at jewell.edu/visit. We are taking in-person visitors, and we also do offer virtual visits, as well as Calendly appointments with our financial aid office and our Office of Admissions staff as well.
Okay, great. Thank you. We do have a couple minutes, and I saw a question come in that it looks like 2 universities responded to, but it might be worthwhile going around and having everybody be able to give a short answer to this question, maybe a minute answer. The student's question was, what type of student are you looking for and how will I fit in? So why don't we start with Evansville on that question?
Hello. So the type of student that we're looking for, we want students to come to the University of Evansville that are curious and want to try new things and really create their own path. We have a lot of opportunities for students to kind of design their own pathway through college, whether that's, picking up a minor or even double majoring. But when you come to the University of Evansville, our faculty are going to challenge you, and that's a good thing for you. So, that's kind of what we look for, and just want students to be curious and motivated.
Great. Thank you. How about Valparaiso?
Yes, we're looking for a student who is wanting to get involved in organizations. It's very common for our students to be involved in not only one, but multiple organizations and to step out of their comfort zone. So that transition from high school to college can be a little bit intimidating, but since we are a place that has a lot of different ways for students to be involved, we highly encourage them to step out of their comfort zone and try to be a part of something that they're passionate about and to meet others who have the same interest.
Great. University of Iowa.
Excellent job by my predecessors here. I don't really have a lot to add. I mean, they hit the nail on the head. We obviously, besides that, we want somebody that's looking for new challenges and wants a true college experience. What people say is the best 4 years of your life, honestly, will probably happen on any of our college campuses. If you do the right things and put yourself in the proper positions, connect yourself with the right people, tell people thank you, and it will all work out. But just put both feet in right away when you get on these college campuses, whether that be when you do your campus visit to find out if it's the right fit for you. But more importantly, once you get there and you settle in, to connect with the right people that can guide you through this awesome time of your life.
Great, thank you. Wartburg College, if you have anything to add.
I don't have much either. I think it's great to talk about, what we might be looking for in an ideal student, but I think you can also flip it the other way. And really this college search is about finding the school that's going to be the best fit for you. So if you meet the admissions criteria and you get in, that's awesome. We want you to be a engaged and contributing member of our campus community, but know that there are so many colleges that you might be an ideal candidate for, and you have to narrow it down to one. So really figuring out what's important to you in the college search and what school is going to be the best fit for you.
Great, a lot of good insider tips here. And William, Jewell, would you like to take a stab at that?
Yeah, I will echo again what everyone has said, and I love what was just spoken, that truly, I mean, we're all looking for eager students who want to be a part of the family, the community, who are willing to step outside their comfort zone and try new things and really make their own pathway, like that was said. But again, you're going to know what feels at home to you and feels just like a safe place that you want to grow and you want to flourish in and pursue your educational goals. And so staying true to yourself and listening to that is really the best way that you'll know where you'll fit in.
Okay, great. I'd like to thank all the panelists and the attendees who joined. Before we wrap up, just a couple quick comments. Once we end this presentation, you'll get a link to a quick survey, 4-question survey. We ask you to please take a minute and fill that out. We also remind you that there are additional sessions going on, so please remember to sign up for more 6x6 and other university information sessions. And that about a week after this presentation, a recording will be available on the same site that you signed up. So thank you again for joining us and good luck in your search. And thank you again to all of our panelists. Have a nice evening.